Hi everybody, this is Mr. RV. Today we're going to be drawing a wacky racer of our own. I'm going to start by making a regular car and later change it over. Let me show you how. I have a pencil, a piece of paper, and directions on how to draw a car. These directions are linked on this week's lesson plan, as well as directions to other car drawing. I'm going to start by getting these double circles, which will become the wheel. 1, 2, 1, 2. Circle inside a circle. Next, I've noticed they've connected them with a line, a straight line between the two big circles. I see a small oval or rectangle shape at the front and at the back, so I'll add those. Next, I noticed they added this smile line. I'm going to add one to mine. And now I see that they've connected those smile lines with lines that curve down towards the back, around and down. And the one that curves towards the front scoops down and then almost straight before it curves around. If yours looks different than the original, that is okay. These drawing directions are really intended as a guide, and we're going to be altering or changing what's there regardless. I'm going to add this little steering wheel. I'm going to make a line on a diagonal and then a very tiny ellipse. An ellipse is like an oval with pointy ends. I also want to add a windshield. Well, that sounds like a good safety choice. And maybe a little headrest in back. I don't have to worry about the color. We may color it later, but I won't worry about it for now. Next, I want to decide who my wacky racer is for. And I'm going to say, let's pick a person or pet from our family. If you would really rather do somebody else, like a close friend, that is also okay. Could be a cousin or someone you live with. Could be somebody that you are just glad to be thinking about, and that will also work. Here's what I'm thinking. I'm going to make one for my dog, Trapper. I'm thinking about things he likes. Tennis balls. Oh, he has a nice tail he loves to wag. He loves to play with his toy bone. Oh, and he's got lots of fur. And it gets everywhere. Another thing he really likes, his food dish. Well, who can blame him? With all the running and playing he does, who wouldn't get hungry? All right, now I'm going to start adding some things to this car and subtracting. I'm thinking tennis balls. Those are round. And I'm thinking, what on this car looks round? Well, I'm noticing those wheels, but I want to make nice big tennis ball wheels. I'm going to get rid of the little circles in the middle. And I'm going to add those little stripes that tennis balls have. Ooh. You know, I have to admit, I actually looked up online to find pictures of drawings of tennis balls so I could get a better feel for these stripes. And it did help me. Having something to look at really made a difference. Well, I've got one. I don't know. I wonder if I made those stripes a little too fancy on that first tennis ball wheel, but I can always erase it and change it, or maybe I can live with it and enjoy it. If I want to change it, well, that's where erasers can come in so handy. I'm just going to make that a little simpler. Maybe some of you have played tennis, or you have friends or family members who play tennis. Maybe you know what a tennis ball looks like without even having to look it up. I found it helped me because I don't always remember that well. Next, I'm looking on my list. Oh, a tail. Well, I don't see anything that looks like a tail that much over here to me. Maybe you do, and that's great. But I am thinking there's a tail light. Uh-huh. Erase, erase. I'm going to make a real tail light. Ready? Oh, there we go. And a nice long tail light. I'm going to make some lines going away from it to show how it's shining. Later I can add some color if I want to emphasize how bright and shiny his tail light would be. Well, Trapper does like playing with his toy bone. I'm not sure if I see anything here, but I'm thinking maybe a door handle would be nice. I'm going to put the edge of the door over here, and that way I have a place to put a nice bone-shaped handle. Wouldn't that be fun? Of course, Trapper would probably be chewing on it on a regular basis. Well, I'm going to hold off on the fur for a moment because I'm going to think that's going to come last for mine. You might want to put it on earlier, or maybe you're not doing a pet. Maybe you're doing, I don't know, a friend or your brother or your mom or dad or grandma or grandpa or aunt or somebody around you. And maybe they don't have fur, so you might not need fur. I'm going to go over to food dish. And I'm thinking, I'm just going to put that right on the back. I'm going to erase a little bit of the back of the car. And maybe this headrest. Maybe that. Whoops. I don't want the food to spill out. I better make that a little more horizontal, or poor Trapper will be very sad when his food spills out on the ground. There, that looks better. I gotta fix that line a little. Mine's getting a little messy, but you know, I'm thinking that I can always color it in or add details or clean it up with a little more erasing. I'm gonna get the back of that bowl. Now, of course, having a food bowl is nice, but Trapper always likes when it's got food in it. So I'm going to make sure that his food bowl on his car always has food in it. Well, there you go. I think I've got my Wacky Racer. I can put Trapper in it. Whoop! Here's Trapper. I'm going to make his head up here. Down, out for the nose. In for his smile. He does smile a lot. He's a happy doggy. And a big ear. And his eyes. Oop, I'm going to put the other ear flapping back just a little in the breeze. And one of his paws on the steering wheel. I should mention, Trapper doesn't actually drive. But if he did, I'm sure he'd like his car to look special. I'm going to add some texture, lots of little furry lines to be like Trapper's fur. I'm going away from the body so that the end of each line seems a little skinnier, just like his hair, which is thicker at the base and gets skinnier as it goes out. Now, I don't know. This Trapper-mobile would probably leave bits of fur all over town, because I guess it would shed a lot just like my Trapper. Still, he's an awful good boy, and he loves us so much. So, why not design his own special race car? He'll enjoy it. The last thing I would do would be to color it in. Ooh, I have to neaten up, get rid of that bit of shoulder that's showing through his ear. The last thing I would probably do would be to color it in. Here's a version I made earlier. And you can see I took some of those things, those everyday things that go with my dog, and I turned them into his own Wacky Racer. I even made some for some of my own kids. Here's my son Andrew's camping hiking mobile with a tent top, hiking boot wheels, and a genuine camp lantern. My daughter Amelia's fancy clothes, chemistry, and yoga exercise car. Those are yoga mats all rolled up, and a barbell for a handle. But a shoe for the body of the car, because she loves fun clothes. And over here, well, this one is Papa Smurfmobile. He's our other dog. He has long fur. He loves to sleep in his bed. Loves those doggy cookies. But oh my goodness, he is a grumpy growler. Grrr, grrr. But he's a sweet boy. Well, I hope you had fun learning about how to draw these wacky racers. Again, you can start with any regular car. Add a list of things that go with that person or pet, and then change the car so it shows some of those things. Have fun, and I'll look forward to talking to you next time. Bye, everybody.